Yeah, draw the line somewhere, you know.
That's perfect. Let me
Fucking
do a quick intro, and then we'll get right
pussy
into it.
hats.
We've been making the episodes shorter, which is good because you're already yawning. That means we're going to get the best out of you. People are at their best when they're tired.
Yeah, I almost don't care about being socially acceptable anymore.
Huh. Hold that thought. Hello, and welcome to Mercury's Cast, episode 47. I am your host, Travis Montgomery. Co host Alexander is not here right now, but Asian Tim is here. So, Asian Tim, I don't mean to just point you out as that because there's two Tims on the show. We got to discriminate.
Differentiate.
Different. God,
Is that
see,
better?
that's why I love you because you just put words right in my mouth. The right words, not the wrong words.
I articulate.
I could have said not the N word, Tim. Just kidding. Tim, how are you doing tonight? I see you have a new toy that you're showing us.
Yeah, I'm actually not in California.
I'm doing another one. Yeah, what? Ethernet cable. What is this? 2004? Who needs Ethernet cables anymore?
I use Ethernet cables so my video games don't lag. My
Right,
Wi-Fi is a
because
little shoddy.
you never know when the Wi-Fi is gonna fucking Hillary Clinton out on you.
Or I mean, hell, they could tap either, I'm sure. They're probably listening to us being racist right now.
Yeah, them damn race baiters. Why does your do you have a TV on, or you just keep changing colors?
Yeah, the TV's on. I'm just chilling in the
Or
dark.
is the acid kicking in?
I'm
The
chilling
acid's
in the
kicking in,
dark.
damn it. So we're doing another short one tonight. Because Tim has some stuff he wants to talk about. He wants to talk about gun rights. He wants to talk about liberal outrage. And in his words, not mine, all hail Emperor Trump. I don't know. Just kidding, I just made that
If
up.
it pleases the crown.
So what do you make of all this liberal outrage and censorship that's been going on?
You know, I got a really good example of that. I got this one Facebook acquaintance. I'm not going to mention any names, but she's
Call it
a
the hater.
she's a she's an extreme leftist. And the other day she was pretty proud of the sweatshirt she was wearing, saying it's not my president, you know. So I made a comment. It was just meant to be a joke, you know. All I said was, "Oh, cool. When did you renounce your citizenship?" You know, and instantly she deleted my comment without saying anything. So I mean, it just pretty much proves that they want to silence anybody that has a different opinion. You know, I mean, I didn't feel like it was like an offensive comment or anything like that. But I mean, if you are a citizen, you know, he is your president. You know.
Yeah, unless you move somewhere else. I mean, you cannot like the guy, but you can't just call him, that's not my president.
Yeah,
Well,
and
then
the funniest thing
who
is like
is?
they're always talking about, oh yeah, he needs to be impeached and stuff. I was like, but I mean, if he's hashtag not your president, you can't really impeach him, right? You can't even feel that way, right? So
Oh my dude, you're dropping too much logic for a lot of these people. My brain's on overload right now. I don't know what to make of it.
yeah, I mean they're huge hypocrites, you know. I mean, it's just the way it is.
Yeah, they didn't care when well, they cared when they thought that the hacking benefited excuse me, let me retract that. When there was cyber surveillance going on and they thought that it benefited Donald Trump, they were up at arms. But when it actually happens to go down that Donald Trump is the one being surveillanced, then now, no problem with that.
Yeah, they're
Man,
like I mean the whole that kind of blew the whole Russian ties narrative a little bit. You know, so do they really want to find out if he's actually been talking to the Russians, or they want to find out if he's been illegally wiretapped by former President Obama.
Yeah, we kind of just went into that one, so no need to revisit that. Is there any kind of new technology that you're seeing coming up? How about some VR stuff?
You know, I want to try that out because it seems like some of those videos are pretty awesome, man. Like I've seen these people, like they're actually so into it, like they're literally like falling over, you know,
Right.
like from. So I mean, I've never personally tried it, but I think it would be pretty awesome to try out. I mean, before I actually buy it, because it seems kind of expensive.
The problem now is that like it gives people nausea.
Oh yeah.
So they're gonna get a little nauseous, you know.
Well, that's, I mean, I kind of want to try it, see if it's actually like if it does that to everybody, you know.
Yeah.
Probably try it sitting down first, just so I don't fall over and smash my head open or something.
I was thinking we were talking on the last one about. Can you imagine if someone had a VR set on and then like as they had it on, they smoked DMT, and they totally went to another world, but then came back into this world, but they're in another world. I mean, you imagine how fucked up their brain would be after that?
Dude,
I would never do that. I mean, I did some crazy shit in my day. I would probably, 16, 17, I might try that, but DMT wasn't around. But
yeah,
like that might permanently fuck someone's head up.
Oh, for
like
sure.
You go to another dimension and you come back into this one, but you're not in this one. You're in augmented reality, and you're in an obstacle course, and you're hanging by ropes, and you're falling through the air. I'm just kidding. But
That does sound kind of interesting, though. I mean, it's probably something you want to try at least once, huh?
Not me. Maybe like fucking Duncan Trussell or something. You know who that guy is?
No, I do not.
He's a friend of Joe Rogan. They experiment in the psychedelics. Terrence McKenna.
Yeah.
And all that shit. But they go down like this crazy atheist path that I don't necessarily want to agree with. I like to think that there's something out there. Maybe it's not a man in the sky, but they just and it's crazy that the intellectuals of these days just love shitting on religion, which I'm not a very religious person, but I'm down with people that are religious. I think that there's some of the nicer people that are around.
Yeah, the thing is, I mean, it's really not about like so much about the religion, but it's more about like believing in something greater that kind of like keeps you morally in check,
Yeah. Morally, and I mean, I'd like to believe that how great that we are as human beings, and the capability of life and the human spirit and stuff like that. I really want to believe that there is more than just us to our lives, just that it wouldn't stop here.
Are you saying aliens?
No, I'm saying that's a whole nother holding that thought. I'm saying that that when our life ends here, our life ends here, but maybe it doesn't end. I don't know. There's no proof to go either way, back or forth.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a big question.
I'd like to believe that, like, after our natural human life ends, we're not just like 6 feet underground and that's it. Because I've heard the saying. It's like they say when you die, the only people that know you die is everybody else.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to believe that doesn't happen. And where do you stand now? Did you ever go to church as a kid, or where do you stand now as a man?
I don't know. My wife's religious. I technically would consider that I'm Christian, but I don't really practice it as much as the next guy. But I do believe in something greater.
Yeah, man. And that book can't be around for entirely no reason. And maybe Jesus didn't do the things that he said.
Yeah.
But that that book's been around for a very long time, and there's been
Yeah, but I guess
criticisms
you
about.
could say that about many of those other religious books. Like, well, I don't know. How long has the Quran been around? You know? I don't know. I'm just spitballing here.
I should know, for as much as I criticize Muslims, I should have that in the back. I think it was before the Bible.
Yeah.
Muhammad was before Jesus.
Well, for what it's worth, I got a lot of Muslim friends and dream ones that
How
a
dare
lot of
you?
people.
How dare you have Muslim friends?
Some of them are pretty close, actually. And the thing is, like, for the way I am, I've never actually had discussion with one of them before. I don't know if it's out of fear of like offending them or fear of maybe like getting in too deep of a conversation or like a conflicting conversation that would kind of like hurt our friendship. But
And that's possible.
I don't know. It's just I guess I just never thought of it that way.
Well,
I would like to because I feel like I'm like if someone's truly open to a discussion with me, like I'm completely respectful about it, you know?
yeah, and that's how ideas should be shared. You know.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. Maybe I should try it because I'm sure. They know how I am, you know? They know what kind of person I am.
You hate everyone and you want to shoot people?
No, not necessarily.
I'm just
I do
kidding.
hate everyone, but if you have hate in your heart, let it out.
If you got hate in your heart, let it out right now. White
That was
hair. White hair.
that was one of the greatest skits ever, man. That was I miss Dave Chappelle and his original
Yeah,
comedy,
and you
man.
know,
That
Comedy
was.
Central had to fuck it up. It could still be going on.
You think?
That was the best skit. It's hard, you know, because I love In Living Color, but Saturday Night Live is mostly garbage.
Yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
a lot of In Living Color was garbage too. But Chappelle's show, for the batting average, was fucking great. It really
Yeah.
was.
It was. 9 out of 10 of those skits were fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
I like.
Even the white hating skits, which I'm kind of like, I don't find that funny. Not even offensive. I'm just like, you know, it's a tired fucking joke.
It
But
is. Yeah. It
still, I
is.
still liked him. You know,
Yeah.
even for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. He had some classics. I, I think one of my favorite ones was when he was doing the MTV Cribs one and he ate that dinosaur egg. That shit had me rolling for fucking.
Oh my god. Yeah, yeah. And the one with Charlie Murphy. Anything with Charlie Murphy in that
Oh
show,
shit! How did I forget the Rick James one? Oh
dude.
man.
Fuck your couch. I actually said that to someone who told me I shouldn't drive home.
He's like, yeah, I grinded my feet in his couch.
Should have never gave these niggas money. And the fact, and then the Prince playing basketball. I mean, come on.
Oh, that was great when he was dunking and then he floated down when he wasn't even holding the rim. It's like
Come on.
shirts versus blouses.
GTFO.
Yeah, that was great. Oh, earlier, speaking of Joe Rogan, did you see the last UFC event? I didn't catch the main event, but I was watching the undercard, and there was this one guy. I can't remember the names of the fighters, but he had a tattoo that said "damage" across his chest. Did you watch it?
Yep.
It's one of the greatest comebacks I've ever seen in UFC history, man.
You're talking about Derek Elkins versus Mirsad Bektik?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
I had money on the other guy.
Serious?
He totally fucking blew it, though. I mean, that was one of the greatest comebacks that I think I've ever seen. But Bektik just got like...
He gassed himself out, like throwing all those power punches.
And Darren Elkins is known for being able to take that amount of damage. You know, his name's Darren the Damage Elkins, but
I had never seen him fight before, but that was his that tattoo is totally fitting.
Well, because he could take damage.
Yeah. That guy had a chin and a forehead. You see how many elbows that dude took?
Well, that has to go along with,
Unbelievable.
believe it or not, it has to go along with how good your cardio is.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, and this has been scientifically proven that, and I'm no scientist here, but there's something that has to do with the blood in the brain and the amount of oxygen. And if you're like the Diaz brothers, for instance, triathletes,
Yeah.
it's hard to knock them out. Conor McGregor hit him with everything that he had. Nate Diaz with everything he had. He didn't go out. He got bloodied up. In just in general terms, being punched in the face and being punched in the body depletes your energy.
Yeah.
It's just a fucking fact. But there is a scientific thing to it about something in the blood, about people that have better cardio and how they're a lot harder to knock out. And there was nothing truer than in that fight versus fucking Darren Elkins.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, neither one of the Diaz brothers have ever been knocked out cold.
Right.
The closest I've seen Nate Diaz took a head kick from Josh Thompson. And I mean, a kick like that normally would put somebody's lights out, but
he still wasn't out though.
Yeah, they threw in the towel as soon as he took that kick.
Yeah, and then Josh Thompson lost his last fight because he got headbutted and then TKO'd. I bet on that one too. It's been a shitty betting year for MMA for people that have been doing it a long time.
Yeah.
The new booties have been winning.
What do you think of the Eagle not making weight? I mean, fuck, you only have one job to do. Literally one job. Well, besides fighting, you have one job to do is weight cut. And you can't even do that properly.
Super unprofessional. You need to be. I'm not sure how far along he got over here. I know he trains in Russia, but he also trains at American Kickboxing Academy, I believe. But you got to be ready for these things. You can't be cutting it that close for your weight cut, especially in an interim title fight.
Yeah,
he did something wrong. He wasn't ready for his weight cut.
Wait,
and it bit him in the ass.
It was an interim title fight?
Yes, it was going to be a 5-round fight because Conor McGregor, who is now the lightweight champion, said that he was going to take time off because he was about to have a child, and he's entertaining the fight of boxing somebody, Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather. That shit's not going to happen. He's going to end up
sounds
fighting.
Like he's dodging, man. I think it sounds like he's dodging.
No. He's not. And he's not afraid to fight, and he's not dodging anything. The fact of the matter is that he fought 3 times in the last fiscal year.
Yeah.
Okay. And his stock rose so much, becoming the first simultaneous UFC 2-weight champion, even though he relinquished pretty much his featherweight title when he won the lightweight title. He was the first one, so his stock rose. So now what he's trying to do is like he's on some other shit. He's trying to open his own promotion in partnership with the UFC. Like he's grown too big for his own britches. He's complaining about everything. He doesn't want to fight the fights that the UFC want him. He's gone out of control, basically.
Yeah,
so,
I agree.
So at some point, it's like, yeah, that's the Conor McGregor spectacle, okay, which he is. But it's at some point, it's like, shut up and fight, shut up and fight.
I mean, that's his job, I mean, he's a fighter, so fight the best, I mean, I love Conor McGregor, don't get me wrong, but it just feels like I mean, I can't even say that he hasn't fought the best because I mean he fucked up Aldo,
Yeah.
Put down Eddie Alvarez like Eddie Alvarez was a damn scrub.
Which he's not.
Yeah, exactly. But I think if he were to fight El Cucuy or Nurmagomedov and decisively win, I mean that will make him look even that much better. He'll truly be Lord Connor.
But it's a tough. I mean, Nurmagomedov, I think he would have beat Tony Ferguson in a
Yeah.
close
Oh
fight.
yeah, I think so too. I think yeah. I mean,
He
you
just
just
his
got to get
top
your hands on
control,
you. Yeah.
his aggression and top control is something else. It's
Yeah,
like
but on
Cain
the feet,
Velasquez
he's
when he
not
first came on the scene.
on the feet though. If it stayed on the feet, I think Tony Ferguson has the advantage if they stay on the feet.
Right. But all it takes is one takedown per round. That's all
Yeah.
you need.
Yeah,
Or he
I mean,
needs three takedowns and he wins
as
the fight.
much as anybody has great takedown defense, all it is timing. He gets under a punch, takes you down. That's it.
Yeah.
Gets you up against the fence, you're going down.
Right.
I mean, if I was Connor, I probably wouldn't want to fight the Eagle.
Well, what Connor's saying about that is he's worried that the dude's not going to end up making it to the fight.
Check this out, dude. Can you see?
I can't see.
Ah, shit. It's my dog's giving my cat a bath.
Oh.
So I got my cat thinks he's a dog.
Sometimes
like,
I think I'm a cat. So
they're like best friends. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes I identify as a cat. Usually, I identify
well,
as a attack helicopter, but
in today's world, you can identify any gender, any species that you want.
oh yeah, about 3 weeks ago, we changed all of our bathrooms into unisex bathrooms. I think it was
At
California
your
law or
house?
something. No, at work.
Really?
Yeah.
So that opens the door up for you to have sex with one of your coworkers, male or female.
They're individual use bathrooms.
Oh, well, that's no fun. What's the fun in that?
We actually have one transgender worker at my work. I actually hired him.
Him or her?
To be honest, I did not know at the beginning, but it's actually a female that identifies as a man.
Oh, okay. Well, now we're on to something here. So you totally thought it was a guy.
No, I couldn't tell, but I knew it was somebody that identified as something else. But I mean, in business, to me, that doesn't really matter. Just, I mean,
I
they're a
know,
good
and
worker.
we'll get to the business part. But what was the physical traits? I mean, are they black, white, Mexican, Asian?
Oh, it was a black person.
Black person. So the short hair kind of gives it away. Not gives it away, but makes it hard. But the short hair.
They had a like short dreads.
Okay. Oh, even tougher. So it's a girl that identifies as a guy.
Yeah. Yeah. At first, we had some when they first started working.
Or no surgery.
No surgery. It's just a identification, social construct.
But athletic build, skinny or like
no,
fat?
Pretty fat.
So okay. So I could see where it would be hard to decipher what was going on there.
Yeah, at first we didn't want to offend her. We didn't know how to refer to her as, so I had to call the temp agency to find out, and then the temp agency didn't even know, so they had to look up the paperwork to actually find out.
Huh.
Yeah, and at first, she was she was using the female restroom, then I got some complaints from our female workers, and then when I explained to them, they're like, "Oh, okay," and they understood because they were. I think I guess in general, it was like she identifies as a man, so she kind of like dresses and projects herself as a man. So,
well, what's the first name?
T.
Maybe too personal.
T. TEA, like the drink.
What?
Yeah.
You're
she has
identifying
really short
yourself
arms,
as a beverage?
So I actually call her T-Rex because she has really short arms.
But she's good at what she does?
Oh, absolutely. What a great individual contributor. Yeah.
See, the way that I
feel, I'm not sure.
The way that I feel about it is if I'm going to call you what you were born as until you get the surgery. And as far as I'm concerned, you go into the bathroom that you were born as until you get the surgery.
Yeah, I get that, but I mean, I don't want to get sued.
Well, yeah, you're in the business environment, workplace, whatever. It's a tricky.
Oh yeah, yeah,
It's
definitely
tricky.
tricky.
It's a slippery slope. But you got to do what you got to
Yeah.
do to cover your ass.
Oh yeah,
But
for sure.
logically, ethically, I think that it's gone a little too far. And sometimes I use the women's bathroom handicap stall at my job. Well, it's a construction site. There's no one there. It's an old bathroom. But if
Yeah,
anyone ever catches me, and one person did, I'm just like, I'm identifying as a woman today. Thank you very much.
yeah. Here's the thing. Like the leftists are always talking about like, well, climate change. That's science. So, well, science says there's two genders. Which is it? What do you want to do?
Right? You can't have it both ways.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a selective thing. We'll go with that if
Speaking
it
of
agrees with my agenda.
speaking of climate change, um, the climate is definitely always changing. But
Yeah, it's always been like that for millennia.
how much do humans have an effect on that? Do you believe?
Well, I mean, you gotta look at places like China. I mean, their smog is out of control. I'm not. I mean, I don't know a lot about this whole climate change thing, but I mean, definitely, I think humans and our technology are doing a lot more than anything that's ever done in the past. But I mean, there's no way to know.
Yeah, that's another thing is that there's where are we getting the data from? How
I don't know.
and the
I mean,
scientists will tell you, and most of them, they come from a biased perspective. If you look at some of the Vice stuff, which have now been leaning kind of left,
yeah,
they'll tell you that the methane being released by the ice caps in the north are the biggest contributor to global warming right now, other than anything else.
I've heard them talking about cows farting even hurting the environment.
Which is supposed to be worse than any kind of carbon emission
Yeah,
that comes out of our cars. That goes back to the Al Gore days and stuff like that. But to be honest with you, I think it's kind of a couple different subjects being rolled into one. Like one for air pollution. Does that necessarily affect global warming? I mean, it affects the air that we breathe, and I'm no scientist, but we pollute our water too. Does that affect global warming, or has the Earth been around? And this is kind of what I tend to believe: the Earth has been around for billions of years. Had ice ages, fucking meteors hit it, dinosaurs, volcanic eruptions. Uh, you know, and it's been able to survive all of that shit, and yet we're still here for now.
yeah.
So how much impact do we really have on it? A meteor could come and wipe us all off, and then hey, that takes care of the human impact of fucking global warming now, doesn't it? I mean, it's just a
Yeah, I
little.
mean, there would be life after us. There was life before us.
But I
I
just
mean,
think that that the us humans giving all the credit to us for global warming is a little bit arrogant to think that we have that much control over the climate of this big, beautiful ball of green and blue. It's a little, it's a
yeah,
little cocky
I
to
agree.
think
I
that
can.
we drastically control the climate of the earth. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I do agree with that because I mean, let's say like like dinosaurs, for example, they got wiped out by what? Meteor, climate
Supposedly.
change. So who's to say that can't happen to us? And then the next species come out, evolve to live in whatever we've done to this earth.
Yeah.
So I guess it's more about they're worried about preserving the human race. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I think that is the cute argument. The other argument would be is to pass legislation to suck up more tax money, like Al Gore.
Yeah,
Pretty
there's
much.
always that too. I mean, I just recently saw something on the new head of the EPA saying, "Oh, it's not the carbon dioxide." Then you got the leftist argument saying, "Well, this guy's always hated the EPA and he's a Republican, so he'll say what he needs to say to shut us up."
Right?
I mean, that could be true too. I don't know, but he's the head of the EPA. I mean, they've always, like you said, they're all biased in some way. Everyone's got an agenda.
They have an agenda. They have a motherfucking agenda.
Yep, that's for sure.
So, how do you feel about your guns? You want to keep them, right? Should we all have them? Should no one have them?
I mean, I'm definitely I mean, big supporter of the Second Amendment, but I do believe that there should be more. There's certain people I don't believe should have guns. Like mental issues and stuff like that. But they put no budget into mental health, checking mental health, and plus, I mean, anybody can go crazy at any time.
Yeah.
Anybody can be pushed to craziness. But the thing is, I mean, you play with statistics in that sense. It's like I'd rather have guns than not.
Right. Especially with
I
the
mean,
amount of people that are in this country, the sheer amount.
yeah, I mean, guns are an instant equalizer. Just take like a small, frail woman, for example. There's no way she's going to be able to fight off an attacker
Not
without
me.
some sort of
Hey,
weapon.
hey, bro. Not me. Not me. Not for any fucking. Not for a minute. Just kidding.
Yeah,
I'll
I
take
mean,
her, that frail woman. I'll slam her to the ground and stomp the light. I'm just kidding.
see, especially in
You get what I'm saying.
California, though, it's just getting worse and worse. I mean, California is pretty much like an experimental playground for these kind of laws. I mean, you have like actual California legislators saying that they like going on record saying like, yeah, we know what the Constitution is, but we're California, we'll do what we want. That shit is not right.
Right?
It's
I
not. I
think
mean, like this.
California is a socio-economic experiment in itself. I mean,
Yeah,
how many crazy leftists can you get into one area before it entirely implodes? Economically, racially, uh, class divide. And California is the perfect example on why that shit does not work,
yeah,
in my
yeah. You're
opinion.
right because the thing is like with especially I mean specifically with gun laws. I mean most I would say 99% of the people that are against guns simply know nothing about them. And Steven Crowder, right? I mean, he did a social experiment where he set up a bunch of guns on this table, and he pretty much asked people. He's like, "Well, what do you think should be okay?" And people looked at him. They're like, "No, this one looks okay." And they're pretty much like pointing out the ones that like don't look like an AR-15. And then he showed them the rounds that all the guns fire, and pretty much every round that they picked that shouldn't be legal were these big hunting rounds that were fired out of the guns that they said were okay for Americans to have. So pretty much just proves right there that anybody that, like most people that hate or are against guns, don't know anything about them.
They don't know.
They have no
They don't know
idea. I
what the
mean,
bullet does. A hollow tip or whatever. Fucks
yeah,
you.
I mean, they just like, oh, it's big, it's black, and it's scary. That's fucking racist.
When correct me if I'm wrong because I'm not the biggest gun enthusiast, but one of those big rounds will just go right through you, right? They just like create a hole. With some
Well,
of
it
the
depends. I mean, with as far as
depends
like
on the bullet.
rifle rounds, yeah. Well, with rifle rounds, I mean, anything shot at close range is going to do some serious damage because that comes like physics comes into play. Like you got something going extremely fast because anything that comes out of a rifle, I mean, it's going to go way faster than like a handgun. So if it hits something before it gets to full speed, it's literally going to do some serious damage. So, but I get, but it doesn't really matter though, you know. Like with these laws, it's like it doesn't matter if you legislate guns away. You know, it's not going to legislate evil away. It's not going to legislate crime away. Crime is
No.
always going to happen. They're going to find their way to do it.
Yeah, and if you took all the guns away, guess what? The bad guys will still find the guns.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, they're going to be innovative. You know,
and it's up
I mean,
to us to make sure that the Second Amendment, hangs around. And there could become a point someday where we want to try to overthrow our tyrannical government if it ever gets that bad.
yeah, exactly. You got all these people like saying Trump's a tyrant, you know, but also at the same time they're legislating their own guns away. I mean, the point
Right.
of the Second Amendment, a lot of people think, oh, it's just for hunting, for sport, but I mean, the founding fathers was made sure to put that in there that it was to overthrow a tyrannical government if necessary.
Yeah, and
So
I think back in the day when it was created, we probably had a better chance at overthrowing the government than we do today because they've been doing nothing but spending money, billions and billions, on the government.
yeah, but I mean, you think if it really came down to it, you think these individual people in like say the military or whoever would be enforcing like an all-out ban, would they actually want to enforce that knowing
It's true.
that
It's a great question.
that's a deterrent, you know? It's almost just like a deterrent, just knowing that you don't know who has a gun, but you just know this is America and you know people got guns. So
Right.
just knowing that people have guns is just a deterrent. That goes down to the civilian level too, as far as like, you know, somebody that wants to do bad, you know? Like if you live in a state that completely bans guns or is highly restrictive on guns and you're a criminal, you have less of a fear of committing your crime, you know, because you never know who's going to shoot back.
Yep.
Say like take for example like Australia, UK, and their all out bans. I mean, their violent crimes running rampant.
Yeah, I
So
think
because
Australia kind
they
of
know no one's going to fight back.
it tapered off for a little bit, but I think it's on the rise again.
Oh yeah, their violent crimes on the rise for sure. Because I mean, there was a slight effect right at the beginning when they took all their guns, just because that was like the immediate effect. But after that, it just it's it's through the roof. I mean, it's statistically proven.
Yep. And then when a gun does make their way, probably not to Australia, but we've seen examples of someone having total control. A couple years ago, that the boy camp in Sweden, I forget what it was, but we need our guns. That's the bottom line. America and guns go hand in hand, like mashed potatoes and gravy.
Yeah, we won our independence with guns.
And that's what we wanted, and that's what we continue to fight for. And
That's one of the biggest reasons why the U.S., as long as we have the Second Amendment, will never have a mainland invasion.
huh well, we're also isolated from the other world powers.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like they're gonna hit our beaches like D-Day, you know.
Yeah, and they're not going to hit us with missiles either because we got those anti intercontinental ballistic technology or whatever.
Yeah, it's like if we can be the best and the most feared, why not keep it that way?
Right. Yeah, we don't need to be going in other people's shit though too much. You know.
Well, I guess that's kind of Trump's motto, Americans first. Let's worry about ourselves first. Let's stop sticking our noses in other countries and trying to drop democracy everywhere to the
Right.
tune of
And at least
200,000 bombs in the Middle East.
at least if we're going to do that, take care of some of our inner cities first. Like, let's make sure
Yeah,
we're okay before we go out and try to make sure somebody else is okay. Like Detroit,
yeah. I mean, we got
Flint, Michigan,
fucking war
Chicago,
zones over there. Yeah,
LA, the homeless in LA. I mean, clear problems.
yep, all Democratic run cities.
Oh, imagine that.
Hmm. Is that a coincidence or what?
Yeah. And Hillary Clinton, didn't get elected. Imagine that.
Yeah, that was a. So I heard a joke about that one yesterday. A day without a woman president.
Yeah, everyone watched sports and drank beer and was happy. Just kidding.
Yeah, there's probably very few car accidents yesterday too. That was terrible. I'm sorry. That was a joke. That was a joke to any women listening.
Yeah, and then the nail salons were empty.
You know what
Well,
what I noticed wasn't cool though is like pulling kids out of school. Like I mean, that little tiny little kids pulled out of school for that. I mean, some of this brainwashing.
right. And
I mean,
there's a lot of
I
women
posted
teachers.
that. Yeah, I posted that picture on one of your threads, one of your Facebook posts yesterday about the Kurdish women fighting real oppression.
Yep. Yeah, it's very true, man. It's very real.
Yeah, I mean, I get that they're banding together and stuff, but we could really know what they're really protesting. I mean, what
They're just
I think
protesting
women
because
have the
Trump made
best.
that one comment, grabbed them by the pussy, and then everyone's lost their goddamn mind.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna stay with them forever. Even though what he said was fucking way long ago, locker room talk, and he also in his actual statement, if you see it word for word, it's like he actually said, "Well, when you're a celebrity, they let you do these things."
Yeah,
So I mean, he already expressed
you grabbed
consent.
them by the pussy.
Yeah, the consent. Yeah, that was that was a really good impression.
Okay. Okay.
He's a pretty damn
When
unique
you
character.
when you're a
No,
celebrity, you get to do these things. Okay. Am I right?
honestly, I'm still in shock that he's the president. Like a celebrity. I
It
mean,
doesn't make
Arnold
sense, but then it
Schwarzenegger
does.
was one thing.
Because Hillary was like just a terrible candidate, and everyone tried to paint her like she was something special. That she was like
Yeah,
she was owed. She was like everyone that wanted her to win felt like she was just owed. It was like supposed to be a gift to her,
yeah,
and that Trump took that away from her. You
yeah.
know,
And it's like honestly, it's like, how can anybody possibly like if you got those two in front of you? How could you possibly like want Hillary more? Everybody knows. I mean, I can't say this anymore, but for the for as far as I know about like presidential candidates, it's always the lesser of two evils. I mean, I know it's like been said like that so many times, but it just seems like this new generation of people like getting into politics like this. They do they not know this? It's like all of a sudden everybody's
right?
into politics. You know?
I mean, the last great presidential candidate in my eyes was probably Ron Paul.
Yeah, but I mean, either one of the Pauls, I mean, it was always media blackouts on them
Yeah,
because it was just like,
that was a problem. They
no,
could
this
never
this
make it
guy's
to
too
the debates.
logical. He has no agenda. You know, this isn't gonna work.
I know, but
It's always been a bipartisan thing.
might have turned the country upside down for a couple of years. But that's might be what the country needs. I'll be all right because I'm
Yeah.
an electrician, and there's always going to be work for me.
Yeah.
Excuse me. But I think we're
Yeah, I
going
work
to
in the meta.
cut this one off soon. I'm trying to keep them shorter.
Nah, that's cool. I got an early morning meeting with some East Coast clients anyway, so I got to be in work
But
early tomorrow.
you better tell them Tupac over Biggie. You got to represent.
Yeah, East Coast people are kind of weird.
If they don't like it, just pull out your knife. If they don't like it, just pull out the fucking knife. Like, look, this is
Yeah.
a red state, bitch. I don't care what they voted Hillary. It's a red state now.
It's a red county. Yeah, I heard she's trying to run for mayor or New York. I think that's her
Dude,
next goal.
she needs to just disappear into oblivion.
Yeah, true.
Okay.
I agree. I mean, I think she's done enough. She's got enough blood on her hands.
You were the first lady. You killed a massive amount of people. Your foundation is now in the toilet. Just give up.
Yeah,
You
one of
lost.
the biggest hypocrites ever.
Everyone loses life's kind of about losing all the time.
It's what you do after you lose that really defines you.
You don't always win. You don't always fucking win. And it's a sad, for people like her that have been gifted a bunch of victories, she can't take it. So she's going to keep fighting. But, you lost this time. Just go do something else. Why don't you go help out some other people that really need help?
Yeah.
Or are you just going to take money from Haiti, you fucking witch?
Yeah. Yeah, she just needs to go into oblivion.
Right on, Tim. It was great talking with you. We're going to get you back on again soon.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Always enjoy being here.
And this has been Mercury's Cast, episode 47. Please go to all social media and follow, including iTunes. Tim, you want to tell everyone to step their game up, maybe?
Yep. Step your game up, everyone. Good night.
Step your game up, everyone, and good night.